Hi there, welcome to another edition of Thought for the Week. My pleasure, and I trust that the Lord will encourage you in what I have to share with you today. We are looking at and Paul and Barnabas and their ministry in Pisidian Antioch. They'd had a pretty exciting time on the island of Cyprus. So exciting, in fact, that John Mark, who was their young companion, who was their bagman, as it were, a cousin of Barnabas, had actually left them and gone home to Jerusalem. We're not entirely sure why that happened. Perhaps he got a bit scared because of the opposition that Barnabas and Paul encountered on the island of Cyprus. That's one possibility. But there's another possibility because Barnabas was Mark's cousin. But by this time, Paul had become the senior man. And perhaps Mark had a hard time coping with that his cousin Barnabas wasn't quite in the same position he had been before, and he could have seen Paul as a bit of a usurper. You know what I mean? Coming in place of his cousin Barnabas. We don't know. Anything's possible. But it's surprising how sometimes when things upset our little apple cart, we react very dramatically. It's possible that Mark took offense at all this, not least because Barnabas was his cousin, and so he wanted out of it. He didn't want anything more to do with it. It's sad, isn't it, when we Christians react in a way like that? We can be very reactionary people. I reckon that churches can really be a very tiresome place at times because of the ways in which we react to situations. We must always take our lead from the Lord Jesus because his reactions were so different from ours. Even when he was persecuted, even when he was cursed by mouth, even though he was threatened with stoning on numerous occasions, not only did he keep his cool, but he went through those situations with a real sense of victory. And I'm called as a disciple to be like Jesus, not least in his reactions to people. He didn't react like I tend to. I'm a pretty quick reacting person. Not easy sometimes to get along with people like me. Oh, everything's okay when everything's okay. But if something crosses me, it's easy for me to react. Or if I don't react, I do what Mark did. I clear off. I withdraw from the situation, not wanting to face the consequences. And that's a pity, because if we're going to be able to be ourselves anywhere, it should surely be in our local church, so that we can share how we genuinely feel about things. If something challenges us, if something hurts us, if something scandalizes us, surely the right thing to do is to confront it and say, now look, do you mind? Can we just sit down and talk this through? And if we need to draw somebody else in to act as a kind of middle person, that's what we should do, to try and sort it out so that we can continue in fellowship and not allow things to destroy it. Up sticks and leaving churches is a habit in some places. So many are doing it. Well, we need to have a different attitude, a forgiving attitude, an attitude that wants to know the truth about a situation so we can deal with it properly. Oh, well, I hope that encourages you. It encourages me, actually. And for now, goodbye. I'll see you next time.